Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Marlins Franchise, episode 7 here. We had a pretty jam-packed episode last episode with pretty good win-loss record for the month of July. But most importantly, we had the big trade deadline acquisitions. We brought in Carlos Narvaez, we brought in Ceddanne Rafaela, we brought in a big name in CJ Abrams. We also brought in Brian Bayo to bolster the starting rotation, but we did continue to have Max Fried out. So we do have the two young guys. We have Vladimir Asuncion and Chase Silseth up here. Vladimir had a pretty good couple of starts last month. Silseth struggled, but we are going to see if he can pick it back up in today's episode. So with this episode, we will be able to see how we drafted, if we drafted good, if we took some busts, stuff like that. We do start this episode with a 3.5 game lead in the division over the New York Mets. So let's get into it. We start this month with 2 series back-to-back at home, and then a pretty decent little stretch on the road, and then back at home again. So let's go ahead and get started right now. We're starting with the New York Mets, who are about 500 on the year. We're not going to jump into this one. We're going to trust the Marlins to get the win. Luke Little had an elbow sprain in
Please! No!
in this game. Looks like he'll be out for a few days. We're going to go ahead and auto that. We're not going to stop assuming. We got the first 2 wins, and just like that, Luke Little is back in action. Didn't even really miss him all that much. We won the first 2 games against the New York Mets, and look at that. Chase Silseth pitching a gem out of his second start in the majors. We do drop the 3rd game with Vladimir pitching, so he does get his first loss of his major league career. And now we have the Houston Astros, and we start the series 1-1, and we're going to jump into this one. The new acquisition, Carlos Narvaez, in a situation to break open a tie. Colton Cowser and Jordan Alvarez on base. Let's see if Carlos Narvaez can come through in a clutch situation here. 257 on the year, 9 home runs, I believe I saw. Hopefully he can come through in a big spot right here at home. Carlos Narvaez, the pretty solid swing to the fence, not quite long enough, but we do move Colton Cowser onto third base. Carlos Narvaez just a couple push-ups shy of breaking this game wide open.
Go to the fucking gym. Go to the fucking gym. Get off your ass right now and go to the fucking gym.
So let's see. We got Tristan Casas coming in right here. He's had a couple of big hits so far in this series. He's having a pretty okay year. 239 average, 18 home runs. We do have a lefty on the mound, so let's see if Casas can come through in this spot. Watching a ball high. Casas dribbler to second base. Easy play. Looks like Ethan Holiday over there. And they go ahead and get out of that jam. See if we jump back into this game or if that is it for us in this one. We will be jumping back in with a 2-run lead. Luke Little on the mound, 1 out away from the save. Gunnar Henderson up to the plate, 2 home runs this game. So this is basically the Houston Orioles, with the shortstop and the second baseman being the exact same. Luke Little misses high with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. We need Luke Little to come through in this situation so we can win this series. A very dangerous 96-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle. A little bit of a miss there for Luke Little. So now they're calling for a slurve out, and Gunnar Henderson shoots it down the left field line, hits the line, and they have scored the 2 runs to tie the game. Luke Little blows the save. Gunnar Henderson goes the other way beautifully down the line. Good pitch, better swing. So right now, trying to get out of this with a tie ball game, and we will. Holiday fly ball to center field. Rafaela gets it for the final out, and now we're in the bottom of the 9th, and now we are going tied. Colton Cowser, Jordan, Carlos Narvaez. We are going to jump straight into it. We're going to try to win this on the sticks here. We got Colton Cowser, Ryan Walker coming in for his 2nd inning of work. Can we come back and win this? Sinker, low, fouled back from Colton Cowser. This is the rubber match of these. The fireworks we've had so far in the series, but he does not continue that trend. He jumps on the slider up, missed pitch, but a little early on it, so ground ball to Holiday there at second base for the first out. Jordan Alvarez steps in, 4 for 10 on the series, 2 for 2 in this game, 2 singles, 2 runs. He was the all-star that we had on the team, 284 on the season. Can he come through in a situation, either give us a win or give us an opportunity to knock him in for the winning run? Let's see what we have here. Jordan Alvarez shoots it to left field. It's deep. Does it have enough? He does! Jordan Alvarez with the walk-off home run off of Ryan Walker. That is what all-stars do. Walked it off. You love it. Right off the bat, you knew it had a chance. And look at him. Celebrating at home. Winning the series. Jordan Alvarez, the all-star, the leader of the team, going the opposite direction. It wasn't a bad pitch, but it was a better swing. Miami Marlins walk-off win. Jordan Alvarez continues the all-star campaign after the all-star break and gets a massive win for your Miami Marlins. 7-8. They had more hits, but they did not have more runs. Luke Little gets the win, and the Marlins win the series 2-1. Player of the game, Jordan, 3 for 3, home run, RBI, 2 runs, scored 2 singles as well. Sadon, 2 for 4, Carlos Narvaez, 1 for 4, Matt Shaw, 1 for 4 as well. On the other side, Gunnar Henderson and Holiday both had pretty good game that last game. So back-to-back series wins to start the month of August. Now, since we're done with our home stand, we will be going on the road, and we will be going on a 4-gamer in Atlanta to start it off. Right here and there, we are going to sim through this one. Colton Cowser's up in a situation. I trust in him, and we do end up dropping that game 2-1.
I failed you. You trusted me. And I failed you.
To start the Atlanta series off on a bad note. And look at that. Robert Kalaz is eligible to be reinstated from the injured list, but he's still going to be injured. Let's go ahead and activate him, because Robert Kalaz, he has, if you don't remember the name, he is the right field prospect that we were really excited about, but he tore his calf earlier in the year. He's looking pretty solid. He was having a really good year before he got hurt. That C potential, hopefully it can be bumped up into a B after the season. But we're gonna try to get him back on the field here. He's out for 1 to 6 more days. Let's get more of a timetable on that. So 1 to 6 days. So we're gonna go ahead and keep checking back on that throughout this episode, because once he's completely healthy, we are going to start him every single game to try to get that development that we really need. So right now we are trailing by 1, top of the 8th, 2 outs. Let's go ahead and jump into this one. Josh Bell has had some fireworks as well this season. Let's hopefully he can get through again. We're hitting a lot of home runs. We're scoring a lot of runs. This offense is prolific, and it only got better at the trade deadline with the acquisitions that we made. Josh Bell hitting 253 off the bench this year. He was DHing earlier in the year, but with the acquisitions we made, Yordan Alvarez has kind of taken over the DH role, but Josh Bell still comes through when called upon. He shoots it to center field on the first pitch. It is a fly ball. It is captured by the center fielder. We do not come through in that situation. We are going into the 9th inning, the bottom of the 8th inning. Do we get another shot? We do not. The Atlanta Braves take this. They take this game. They end up scoring 2 runs in the 8th, so they end up winning 6 to 3. That is a tough loss. Blake Trinan comes in, gives up the go-ahead run, and also gets the loss. So we got to win this game against the Braves to win the series, to even split the series. And we're gonna go ahead and try to save it out on the mound. We're gonna jump in with Evan Phillips in a situation where there's a runner on second, and they got one of their better hitters at the plate, and Francisco Lindor. Let's try to get out of this. Do we have anybody warming up? We do not. Let's stretch and toss Luke Little, and let's get Bennett. No. Yeah, let's get Bennett Sousa warming up just in case something happens not in our favor for this. Just like that. That is exactly what I was talking about. Francisco Lindor, 102 to the gap, brings in a tying run, and that is a backbreaker. Did we miss the spot, or was it just a really good swing? Jose Altuve looking very weird in a Atlanta Braves jersey. Francisco Lindor with the huge double to tie the game. Britton Doyle comes in and runs for him. We have Jesus Sanchez up. So this is the moment that I was talking about. This is exactly why we started warming up. So let's go matchup dependent. Bennett Sousa. Let's see his stats here. He's been hit around a lot, but he hasn't pitched really terrible. Let's hopefully he can get through this situation and get us out of this inning. They're running, they're stealing third.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Great pitch to steal on. He steals on the slider. He's snagged third base, and now we are in a situation where we need a strikeout here. Bennett Sousa needs to dig deep, and we are up 0-2, so it is looking pretty good for us. Let's try to get a fastball past Jesus Sanchez. Missing on the inside. Bennett Sousa 1-2. Trying to get another slider past. Wide. Missing wide. 2-2 count. They want a 2-seam fastball on the inside. Maybe we can get it past them, and we do. That's a massive strikeout for Bennett Sousa. Jesus Sanchez strikeout, swinging, leaving the go-ahead run there at, or the tying run there at third base. And I was wrong. It was the go-ahead run. So right now we need another strikeout here. out of this jam, get it into the 9th inning at a tie ball game, and we do. Sosa pops out to shortstop. Bichette there corrals it, and we are going into the 9th inning with a tie ball game. We're going to go ahead and simulate and see if we jump back in. We are going to jump back in with Yordan Alvarez at the plate, Scott Kingery at second. We are in extra innings, and we are in a situation where Yordan Alvarez has come through multiple times before this season. Let's see, and they're not going to give him the opportunity. They intentionally walk him, putting him on first base. We don't get to see the opportunity. Might as well run for him if we have some speed on the base paths. On the bench, and we do. Jack Sawinski is going to come in and run for Yordan Alvarez at first base, and with that walk, it brings up Carlos Narvaez. Hopefully he can come through in this situation to start his legacy here in Miami. He swings and misses at a sinker low. He's hitting 193 on with runners in scoring position on the year. Carlos Narvaez, single into left field. It comes around third base, and we have the go-ahead run scoring on the Carlos Narvaez single. We had taken the lead in the top of the 10th, and we are looking to add more and do more damage here in the extra innings. They are now taking out their pitcher and bringing in, you can only assume to be Luke Weaver. Alex Lang does not get the job done for Atlanta. Let's see who they're bringing in. They are bringing in Hunter Stratton, 272 on the year. Seems like a pretty good weapon out of the bullpen. Let's see if we can get to him. With Tristan Casas coming up to the plate. We got speed on third base. A little bit of speed. Ooh. Takes a good pitch on the bottom half of the plate. Called a strike by the umpire. Not sure if that was correct. Tristan Casas 2 for 4 this game, hitting 242 on the year. He's been hovering around those numbers pretty much all year. Watch the fastball low for a 1-1 count. Looking to add on to this lead and maybe even not have to use Luke Little to come in. Tristan Casas, lazy fly ball to left field, is not deep enough to bring in the run. So now it is going to take a hit to add on another run. We're going to take this opportunity to start warming up Luke Little. Schedule him to be put in. Now we have Sadon coming up. Another acquisition at the deadline coming up in this situation to potentially put this game out of reach. He swings late on the cutter. Sadon puts a charge into it, but not enough. It is a fly ball to left field. So the Braves get out of the jam, but not before Carlos Narvaez can come through with the big knock to left field to take a lead here in extra innings. Now we're going to have our closer, Luke Little, coming in. Absolutely. And we are going to try to close this out here with some gameplay. Akil Baddoo coming in, swinging late on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Missing with the fastball low and inside. See if we can get him to not swing at it, but we froze him. It got the inside part of the plate. So that is strikeout number 1 for the inning, out number 1. But now we have to deal with Austin Riley. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Austin Riley has been clutch throughout his career. He puts a drive into a fastball, but it is to center field. Sadon gets underneath it. We're going to try to throw him at a third, but he does not run. So we keep him at second base. 2 outs, runner on second base. Luke Little doing what he needs to do so far. Austin Riley beside himself that he did not get enough of that ball. So now they have Arjun Nimale coming in, or Nimala, how the announcer just said it. But now we are trying to get out of this jam in extra innings. Luke Little not getting any favors from the umpires so far this inning. Calling for a splitter low. Hopefully we can get him to hit underneath on top of it. We do not. We miss on the inside corner. That is a 5-pitch walk here for the number 4 hitter. And now Jesus Sanchez coming up. So this might be a better situation for us. Lefty-lefty matchup. Let's see if Luke Little can get out of it here. First pitch misses on the inside corner. The inside. Hopefully we can blow it past him. We do not blow it past him, but he does hit a ground ball to second base. CJ Abrams with the play, and that is out number 3, and that is the win for the Miami Marlins here, securing the series sweep. Luke Little coming in, getting yet another save in his rookie campaign as a closer. Love to see that. Ben Sousa comes in, gets a really solid 1 2/3. Tristan Casas 2 for 4, Matt Shaw 1 for 4. Carlos Narvaez comes through in extra innings for the single and the winning run as well. And now we are jumping back into some simming here. We won the first 2 series, we split the 3rd series, and now we're going to go ahead and play the Cleveland Guardians. They are 60-58. We win the first game. They have a situation here. Carlos Narvaez, we're going to sim this one. Hopefully they can get it. No, they cannot. We do drop that one to the Guardians, 8-6. And in another situation, close game, we're going to sim this one as well. We do win this one 5-3. They do end up scoring some runs, but we end up scoring 3 as well to secure that win and secure that series win. We did get the notification that Robert Kalaz is completely healthy again, and he is back in the starting lineup in right field for our AA squad. We're gonna go ahead and move him up to the 3 hole here, and we're gonna try to get him that development, get him those RBI opportunities, try to really make him a potential starting outfielder for us for the years to come. This episode we probably won't jump in to see any gameplay with him, but we will. And something that I forgot to do in the episode earlier was view the draft picks. So let's go ahead and see how we drafted. Did we draft good? Alright, so Jim Erdell was a absolute bust.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
He will most likely not be that great. Christian Galarga has kind of hit his max. So from what I'm seeing right now, we did not draft very well at all. So this was a complete miss. But Christian Galarga, he's a 70 overall already. Actual potential is a 74. Michael Watanabe is kind of the gem of this draft. Was not expecting that in the slightest. He has a 72 overall already with actual potential of 75. So that's really upsetting. We thought we had a good draft, but we did not get the potential that we needed. Jim Erdell was a huge miss at the first round pick, but you know, it happens. You miss draft picks every once in a while, so that's upsetting. But we will, next episode, we'll get into some contract extensions as well. But we are going to continue simming for this month. We're going up against the Boston Red Sox, who have had a really down year. They're 48-74 here, so we probably won't jump into mini games in this series either. And we sim this one, and we do come back to win 5-4.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, we lose 5-4. I'm sorry. But we do have a couple little injuries here and there. Nothing too substantial from anybody that's like a really big contributor for the team. So now we have a situation for CJ Abrams coming in, and we'll jump into this one. He has a situation to break or to tie the ball game with Rafaela at second and Jordan Alvarez at first base. We haven't had any gameplay of him since the trade, so this will be a good opportunity to see him. He's a potential, I believe, switch hitter. He might just be a left-handed hitter, but he is stepping into the plate here against Kirby Yates against Boston. We're down 4-3. Christian Abrams, or CJ Abrams, swinging through the fastball up, and now we are in an 0-1 count. Let's see if CJ Abrams can come through in this situation. He can not. He hits a ground ball to shortstop and ends that inning very quickly. Kirby Yates gets out of the jam. Let's see if we jump back into this game at all. We do not, and we do lose this game. Aaron Judge, player of the game, going yard for Boston. Not really having any contributors from the Miami Marlins lineup as well. Brian Bayo gets touched up a little bit, 4 runs in 5 innings, and maybe we can win this game to not get swept here. And we're going to go ahead and send this one, and we do win the last game of the series, 3-2. So we don't get swept, but we do drop the first series of the month. And now we're going up against the St. Louis Cardinals, who are 74-51. They are a powerhouse in the league so far. So let's go ahead. We do lose the first 2 games of the series. We're going to go ahead and jump into this one to try to get the win. Bases loaded jam. Bennett Sousa on the mound. 7th inning. Let's see if we can get out of it here. George Springer stepping into the box, having a pretty solid year. Hitting 272. Can Sosa get out of it? Fastball up, fouled back from George Springer. We're starting out the account 0-1. Now we want a fastball up and out. We do get it, and we are able to corral the wild pitch, not even wild pitch, the mistake by Narvaez, and we tag the runner out coming home for the 3rd out of the inning. We get out of that without giving up any extra runs. We are looking at a 3-2 deficit here. Do we jump back in? We do have an opportunity to jump back in. In the bottom of the 7th, no outs, person on first and second with Cedon Rafaela stepping in to the box here. McClanahan having a pretty solid outing. Bichette 3 for 4. Freddie Peralta gets touched up a little bit, but not much. Couple home runs by the St. Louis Cardinal has them out 3-2. And we are coming into a 0-0 count here. And Cedon pushes a bunt to second base. Can he beat it out? He can beat it out. An absolute beautiful play by Cedon Rafaela to load the bases up, bringing up the 3-hole hitter. Cedon, what a absolute beautiful bunt there. Second base, playing deep for the double play. Has no shot with Cedon's speed, getting down the line. Now we are looking at a bases loaded situation, no outs, down 1 run. This is a situation that you love to find yourself in. Who do we have coming up? We have Jordan Alvarez, the all-star, coming up with a bases loaded situation. Jordan deep to the gap. That is going to get down. We are trying to clear the bases. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Cedon comes through for the 3rd run. Jordan Alvarez does not waste any time. He gets the 3 RBI double to the gap on the first pitch of the at-bat. He has been an all-star the entire year, and that is going to bring out the manager to change the pitcher. Let's see who they bring in. Johnson comes out and gives up 3 massive runs, gives up the lead, and now the Marlins have a 2-run lead. Jordan taking a early lead there at second base. Not really sure what he's doing there, but Phil Bigford coming in 260 on the year. Pretty solid piece out of the pen. There seems to be a lot of those in the league right now. Let's see if we can rough him up as well out of the pen. Colton Cowser coming through. Can he add on to this? Fastball down. Colton Cowser fouls it back. 0-1 count. If he wants to do anything. Cowser does not catch up to the fastball, but it is smoked out to center field. And that is going to bring Jordan Alvarez over to third base. Even with his lack of speed, he's able to get over to third base. So Colton Cowser moves him over to third base. He doesn't get the RBI, but it is a productive at bat. And now Carlos Narvaez comes up. He's 4 for 7 on the series, 2 for 3 in this game with 2 singles. He's hitting pretty solid since he's come over since the deadline. Let's see if he can come through in another situation here. Narvaez swinging at the first pitch, fouls it back. 94 mile per hour fastball. Narvaez, fly ball to center field, pretty deep. We're going to go ahead and try this. Jordan trying to score here. Pretty good throw, but not in time. Jordan Alvarez scores on a sacrifice fly by Carlos Narvaez. Colton Cowser moves him over to third. Carlos Narvaez knocks him with a sac fly. And now we have a 3-run lead going into the 8th inning. Josh Bell here trying to prolong the inning here. Swinging at a first pitch fastball, fouling it back, 95 mile per hour fastball. Kind of looks like he missed that one. He had an opportunity to do some damage with that pitch, but he does not quite hit it correctly. Struggled there on the mound. Josh Bell drops the shoulder and flies out to center field, but damage is done with the big 3-run double by Jordan Alvarez, and then the sacrifice fly by Carlos Narvaez brings in 4 runs and a 3-6 lead. We're going to go ahead and simulate this one, and the Miami Marlins hold on to take the win here at home against the Cardinals to avoid the sweep. That is a big win there. Bo Bichette, player of the game, 3 for 4. Sosa again, 2 really big outs. Sadon having a good game. Jordan having a good game as well with the big 3-run double. So let's get back into some of the simulation. We're going to need to win some series here because we've dropped 2 series in a row. And now we're staying at home, but we are playing the Toronto Blue Jays. They're having a pretty bad year so far, 58-70. We are now 5 games up with the Mets, so we are pretty well in hand in the division right now. So let's get into this Toronto Blue Jays series and see what we can do. We dropped the first game. Luke Little coming in to save it. We trust in Luke Little, and he gets another save against the Blue Jays. And we have won this series, and look at that, a 20-run outburst. You got to look at the box score. We scored 20 runs. We had 3 for 6 for Bo Bichette, 2 for 5 Colton Cowser, 2 for 5 Carlos Narvaez, 2 for 3 Rafaela, a 5 for 5 for CJ Abrams. We had 4 home runs, 2 by CJ Abrams, 1 by Jordan, 1 by Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette had 4 RBIs. CJ Abrams had 8 RBIs in the game. Silseth with another pretty decent outing, 5 2/3, 4 given up, 7 hits given up, walked 2, struck out 5. Has dropped the ERA from 13 to 4.86. Bennett Sosa again, given some pretty good innings, eating some innings, and then Evan Phillips coming in the ninth to finish it off. That is an absolute enormous outburst for the offense, and now we are going into another series with the Atlanta Braves. And we've lost the first game, won the second game. We're here losing in the third game. Bases loaded situation with Yuki Matsui on the mound. Can we get out of it like we got out of the bases loaded situation earlier in the episode? Let's see. We got Francisco Lindor, and if you remember earlier in the episode, he came through with a big double when we came into a game, knocked in a run, tied the ball game. And let's see if we can get out of this situation. Yuki Matsui misses with strike one. Lindor fouls it off. To strike him out. We don't get it down. He leaves it up the middle, and Francisco Lindor with a massive hit back up the middle, and that is a 2-run single. Francisco Lindor continues to be the boogeyman in this episode for us. That is 2 opportunities. That is 2 major hits for him to get himself 2 more RBIs. Yuki Matsui is now going to have to eat this inning and try to get out of it on his own. Let's see if Matsui can get another one here. Riley Green flies into the left field. Christian Campbell there to get the third out, but not before Francisco Lindor can score 2 extra runs. Braves looking in a good spot, 4-1, and they do end up taking that game and taking the series as well. We started this month hot, but the last 3 series have been pretty rough. Brian Bayo giving us another solid 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. The offense just not doing enough to get the job done. This is a pretty big series here at the end of the month against the New York Mets. So we'll probably be jumping into each opportunity. If they have a good series against us, they can piggyback us in the standings and be in first place, and we would be looking at a wild card spot. So let's go one at a time, and that is a massive notification here.
Finally!
In this series, we needed to win most of the games, if not split, and we have our ace Max Fried coming back in healthy. We do take the first game as well, so Max Fried, look at that back in the rotation here. Silseth moves to the bullpen, and I mean, that is an absolute massive revelation there. That is going to be huge for us. We're going to move Silseth back to AAA so he doesn't miss any opportunities to get some development. He did absolutely phenomenally for us coming up and filling in that void that Max Fried's injury left. And then the trade, obviously, of Carlos Rodon. But he did absolutely phenomenal, and we have gained another game on the New York Mets. And I do believe Max Fried will be pitching in this game. Hopefully he can come back and pitch pretty well for us. We will be jumping in here. Max Fried looks like he pitched pretty well. Possibly pitched 5, gave up 3. But we have an opportunity to save the game. Luke Little coming in. Clean 9th inning to try to get us a 5-game lead in the division. Jonathan India stepping in. Can Luke Little come through? I like this camera angle. It's a little zoomed in. I'm not really sure what happened. 97 up for the first. And look at that. Luke Little, 38 saves. Obviously, Emmanuel Clase running away with it. But Luke Little, his first season as a closer, pitching phenomenally for us all year long. For Luke Little, that is his absolute.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Of the pitch, 96 mile per hour fastball past Jonathan India, had no chance to catch up to that one, swinging extremely late. That is out number 1 here in the 9th inning. Luke Little stacking up the Ks as he has done all year. Bryce Harper, very weird to see him in a New York Mets jersey, but before I could even finish my sentence, he swings at the first pitch, splitter inside, weak ground ball to third base. Matt Shaw gets it, gets him out at first base, and now we have Matt Chapman coming in as the last hope for the New York Mets. He's 0 for 4 today. He's hitting .219 on the year. Let's see if Luke Little can do a 1-2-3 ninth. 97 mile per hour fastball again. Loving to see the speed of the pitches. Trade with the Ethan Salas, and while I'm saying that, Matt Chapman single up the middle, so it will not be a 1-2-3 bottom of the 9th here for Luke Little's save. He's gonna have to pitch to a 4th batter, but let's see if he can end it there. It is Lane Thomas. So Lane Thomas was in that trade as well. So I believe it was Arrighetti, Lane Thomas, Ethan Salas for CJ Abrams. His average has gone up at least 20 points. Lane Thomas to second base. Kingery lays out, knocks it down, but not able to corral the ball again and get him out at first base. Lane Thomas given a base hit for that, and now we are in a first and second situation. Lane Thomas, or Kingery almost makes the play to end the game, but Lane Thomas beats it out at first base, and that brings in Tyler Stevenson. 0 for 4 today, 266 on the year, and we hang a sweeper, and we are very lucky that ball is not 17 rows deep in center field. We're gonna have a fastball up and in, try to get this out, and we do blow it past him. 97 mile per hour fastball up, and Tyler Stevenson swings through it. Luke Little, another strikeout, out number 3, gets the save here for the Miami Marlins, and Max Fried's game back, his introduction back into the starting rotation. You love to see it. 39th save by Luke Little. That gives the Marlins the 2-0 lead series as well. 10 hits for the Mets, 6 for the Marlins, but Marlins make it count more. Win 4-3. Costas 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. Jordan 2 for 4 with a home run. Patrick Bailey 1 for 3 with a double. And that is the first 2 games of this Mets series in the win column for the Marlins. Absolutely what you wanted to see. We do win the 3rd game as well. So can we get the sweep? Vladimir Asuncion, I mean, what can you say? He is making that Carlos Rodon trade not even hurt in the slightest. He is 4-2 since coming up. He pitched 8 innings, 5 hits, gave up no runs, 8 shutty in his start against the Mets. He has dropped his ERA to 2.58. I mean, what more can you say? He has been everything that has been advertised, and making that Carlos Rodon trade even better for us. So we usually just do 1 month at a time, but obviously if a series trickles into the next month, we will finish that series. So we're going to go ahead and finish this game as well. Shane McClanahan on the mound, 9-7 this year, 3.60 ERA. Can he do what he needs to do? So it's giving us an opportunity to jump in here. We are going to jump in the bottom of the 8th, no outs. Brian Hudson on the mound. We are up by 2 runs. Xander Bogaerts at second, Bryce Harper at first, Matt Chapman in the box. Let's see if Brian Hudson, who again is another acquisition we had at the deadline. The trades that we made at the deadline so far have paid a very big dividends for us. Can Brian Hudson get out of this jam, and can we sweep our rival New York Mets and take a pretty substantial lead and hopefully kind of tie a bow up on this division for the rest of the year. Cannot afford to lose him. We do miss it on the outside with the cutter. We walk him on 5 pitches. Will Benson, who is hitting pretty good with runners in scoring position this year so far, but having a pretty bad day today. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts with the flyout, but we did see that he's hitting 296. 296 with runners in scoring position. Cutter, first pitch. Benson swings through it. 0-1 count. Sneak one past Will Benson here. We can. Will Benson swings through it for the strikeout. An absolute massive out, number 1 for Hudson. He has been absolutely nails for us. And you see it. Will Benson had really no chance during that at bat. Hudson mowed him down with almost every single pitch. And now the catcher Tyler Stevenson steps in another situation in this gameplay. We miss on the inside corner with a fastball, falling behind him 1-0. Really in the driver's seat in this at bat, but he drops his shoulder there and flying it to the catcher infield fly, and that is out number 2. Absolutely massive out there from Brian Hudson. Tyler Stevenson really helping him out. And now Griffin Conine comes in, hitting 244 on the year and an 0-2 so far this game with a walk. Can Brian Hudson get out of this situation after walking a batter in his first at bat? Wow, he misses middle, but Conine not ready to swing the bat there. This is an absolutely massive, that is a back-breaking inning for the New York Mets. Their kind of division hopes hanging in the balance there, and Brian Hudson absolutely coming through in a clutch situation there, and then on top of it, walking towards the New York Mets dugout, screaming, being excited as can be in that massive situation coming through. That is where rivalries, that kind of stuff happens in rivalries like this. And that is going to do it for this game and the 4-game sweep for the Miami Marlins. And they are pretty much tying up the bow on the division. And with a month to go, that is a massive situation to be in. Luke Little with his 40th save on the year. Can he get up to 50 in this next month? We're going to go ahead and see, but a 4-game sweep don't happen very often, especially in the division, and that is a massive situation and opportunity wasted by the New York Mets. Miami Marlins coming through in a situation. Rafaela, player of the game, 2-4 with the bomb. When Tinoco goes 4 innings to pick up Vladimir Asuncion, striking out 5, walking 1, giving up no runs in 4 innings. You love to see that. Christian Campbell, another big game, 2 for 4. Braxton Garrett getting roughed up in 4 innings, 4 runs, 8 hits, only striking out 2. McClanahan injures himself in this game, but it looks like he's only going to be out for a day or 2, so I don't believe that he's even going to miss a start. So that's pretty big for us. But we end the month of August at 77-60. I mean, you love to see that. So next episode, we are going to finish the regular season of September. We're also going to do our September call-ups. And maybe if we continue this big lead in the division, we might jump into some minor league action as well. Because I believe the minor league, yes. So they have only a couple weeks left. So I know I probably want to get some games in with Robert Kalaz. We'll go ahead and look. I'll make a decision and see who we're going to be jumping in for as well. But absolutely massive episode for the Miami Marlins. Started really, really hot, got kind of cold there in the middle, but ended on a 4-game sweep of the division rival that was in second place, trying to catch up to us. We went into that series up 3 games. We leave that series up 7 games. Pretty much kind of putting a nail in the division race. But that'll do it for this episode. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.